Welcome back in Eye on Agriculture. I'm Britton Rucker. We're with Jess the Vet from the Hillsboro Animal Clinic, talking about a few things livestock producers need to keep in mind as we head into the winter. Jess, as always, welcome back to the program.
Hello. It's hard to believe that we're approaching winter, but you know, we are well over halfway through our fall processing and preg checking. And this fall has definitely been one for the books for sickness. And I think really we have the weather to blame.
Absolutely. That weather is shifting, as we've seen, going hot to cold, and that can really take an effect on our livestock.
Yes, absolutely. So differing weather patterns, it just leads to stress. And like you said, this fall we've had variable temperatures, and so we've had days that will have highs in the 90s, and then within 24 hours we'll be down into the 30s. You know, we were so dry for so long, so we've been weaning calves in pens that are just terribly dusty, and then the moisture finally came, which I'm thankful for, but that brought along mud and cooler temperatures. And so, you know, it's hard to prepare for unpredictable weather, and that's where I've just been telling my producers that we just need to take some extra steps. And something I've been doing a lot of this fall is my necropsying.
Yeah, so let's talk about the importance of that.
Yeah, so our postmortem exam is actually one of my favorite services to do. And you may wonder why, and a lot of times I drive up and the producers are staring at this animal that is dead, thinking that it is completely worthless. Mm-hmm. And really that animal can be something that can be actually the most valuable animal in the herd in the face of sickness.
So Jess, how do we find those answers?
So when I start my necropsy exam, I do what we call a gross necropsy, and that's when I actually dissect that animal and I look at each individual organ. And based off of what I'm seeing or any changes that I'm seeing, I can get a pretty good idea of what disease process is going on. But then we also have to realize there's a lot of things in those organs that you can't see with the naked eye. And so I actually will take a full set of samples and I send it off to a pathologist. And that pathologist will be able to tell me certain pathogens that are active. So a certain bacteria or a certain virus that might be there. It'll actually give us a very good idea of nutritional status of the animal and what specific organs are being affected.
Yeah, and you're not just doing this because you love to dig into dead animals. We can actually get answers out of this.
Absolutely. So the definition of necropsy is to determine the cause of death. And so once we have determined that cause of death, that is when this invaluable animal becomes worth a lot, because we can actually start to develop treatment plans that are specific to those pathogens. We can review our vaccination protocols and make sure that we include different vaccines to prevent this in the future. And then we can change some different management tools to help the animals from getting sick that are currently in the herd still living.
Well, Jess, thanks so much for coming on today and chatting with us. Everyone stick around. Eye on Ag will be back after the break.